What do you think of the 4-island tour?
I think the fish have all been fished out of the ocean. I didn't see any.
Here is our honest review of the 4-island tour in Krabi, a province in southern Thailand. So we started from the beautiful beachside town of Ao Nang, and our goal was to get to the small village of Railay. Known as the Mecca for rock climbing in Southeast Asia, it also ended up being one of our favourite Thailand destinations. The tour starts in Ao Nang, and the first stop it goes to is Koh Tap. It's about a half an hour long tail boat ride, then on to Chicken Island, followed by lunch at Koh Pota, and onwards to Railay and back to Ao Nang. We took the 4-island tour, however we put our own little twist on it, which we strongly recommend. Railay Beach is actually unreachable by land, and you have to get a long-tail boat from either Ao Nang or Krabi, which takes around 20 minutes. But instead of just heading straight there, we decided to do the 4-island tour and get off at the last stop, which is Railay. It was also one of the highlights of the 4-island tour in Krabi for us.
Six. Day 6 of the Rona Roadie, and we're treating ourselves to 2 cocktails for breakfast.
In Ao Nang.
After a liquid breakfast in Ao Nang, we set off. First stop, Koh Tap, the smallest of the islands on the trip. You stop there for maybe half an hour. It's an Instagram hotspot, although make sure you check the tides as it was high tide when we went.
First stop on the 4-island tour is Thailand or Thailand. Krabi Island they call it. And if you have a look around, it's probably better on low tide. You can walk across the different islands. We're kind of stranded on one little island here, so it's a bit different. But yeah, have a squeeze.
It is such a small island that at high tide you have around 20 metres squared to walk around, and if it's peak season you'll be stumbling over tourists everywhere. We were on Koh Tap for around 30 minutes before heading to Chicken Island to try some snorkeling. The island itself is shaped kind of like a chicken head, hence the name. There were very little fish compared to other dive sites that we went to in Thailand, so this was a pretty underwhelming destination for us. The next stop of the 4-island tour was Koh Pota, where lunch is provided. A traditional Thailand lunch, and if you have a sensitive tongue, make sure you say my pet or not spicy. While you see some amazing rock formations, there is not enough time to explore the entire island. We spent maybe an hour and a half all up before heading to our final spot.
Got a buffet breakfast. We're at the Railay Bay Resort and Spa. Lovely view, sun's coming out.
The final stop is Railay, which was the highlight of the 4-island tour in Krabi for us. We actually jumped off the tour here and stayed for a few days, and you need to. Railay is absolutely beautiful. The tour only stayed in Railay for around an hour and they headed back, way too short to experience this amazing Thailand beach town. The best time to visit Krabi is in high season, from November to March. The weather is great, temperatures average around 28 degrees Celsius and cool breezes keep things comfortable. It was during Corona when we went, so it was pretty quiet. It would have been a lot less appealing if there was peak season, and it would have been way too crowded to even enjoy it. Another thing to consider is the 4-island tour is so quick. You don't spend too long in destinations, and an hour for Railay is simply nowhere near enough time. If all you're after is some great Insta shots or a new Facebook profile pic, then this tour is probably for you. However, we found it fast and not enough time to enjoy the beautiful scenery that Krabi and Thailand has to offer. In our next video on the Thailand Rona road trip, we take a closer look at the beautiful beaches of Railay, which are in our top 3 destinations you must visit when you're in Thailand. Subscribe, and if you need to know what Thailand is in an honest opinion, have a look at our other videos.
Hey Shep,
Yes.
what do you think of the 4-island tour?
Great views. We've got some great views of all the islands. Pretty cool rock cliffs and stuff. I think the fish have all been fished out of the ocean. I didn't see any. So we're heading to Railay Beach on day 7 of our Rona Roadie. Yeah, should be good. Plenty of roster bars there apparently.
Bye!
Bye.